Hello and welcome to the Book Smoke. Today I will be reviewing two books by the same author, and they are Reasons to Stay Alive and Humans in A to Z, both by Matt Haig. I was sent both of these books for review by Canongate, so thank you to Canongate for that. Um, and I'm going to start with Reasons to Stay Alive. If you've watched my channel for a while, you will know that Matt Haig is one of my favourite authors. His writing style is just absolutely gorgeous, and the things he writes about, even though the subject matter is most of the time dark and depressing and has a very um, underlying dark tone, the way he writes and the way the words flow as you're reading them in your mind is just absolutely amazing. And I can safely say that I will read anything Matt Haig writes, whatever it's about. This book is about his personal journey through depression, and also more so the kind of way that anxiety works and mixes with depression and creates more problems. But it's also a kind of like a self-help book for people, I feel, who may have depression or anxiety and depression. Um, and I mean, yeah, Matt Haig does this thing when he writes where he writes very fluidly and very snappy, like the sentences are short and you can read his books really quickly. But also in between all that, there are chapters, is like in this one, there are chapters where there's like facts about depression and statistics, and there's also things like conversation across time, which Matt uses in this book, which are kind of him talking to his former depressed self now, and kind of reassuring him of what the future holds for him if he battles through the depression and keeps going and keeps living, and how much better his life is going to be. Um, and what I wanted to do is just read one thing from page 50, and I just wanted to show you guys the kind of writing style that Matt implores and how amazing it makes all of his books. So yeah, this bit I'm going to read you, Matt's talking about how anxiety and depression mix together and create more problems. Adding anxiety to depression is a bit like adding cocaine to alcohol. It presses fast forward on the whole experience. If you have depression on its own, your mind sinks into a swamp and loses momentum. But with anxiety in the cocktail, the swamp is still a swamp, but the swamp now has whirlpools in it. The monsters that are there, in the muddy water, continually move like modified alligators at their highest speed. You are continually on guard. You are on guard to the point of collapse every single moment while desperately trying to keep afloat, to breathe the air that the people on the bank all around you are breathing as easily as anything. You don't have a second. You don't have a single waking second outside of the fear. That is not an exaggeration. You crave a moment, a single second of not being terrified, but the moment never comes. The illness that you have isn't the illness of a single body part, something you can think outside of. If you have a bad back, you can say, "My back is killing me," and there will be a kind of separation between the pain and the self. The pain is something other. It attacks and annoys and even eats away at the self, but it is not the self. But with depression and anxiety, the pain isn't something you think about because it is thought. You are not your back, but you are your thoughts. If your back hurts, it might hurt more by sitting down. If your mind hurts, it hurts by thinking. And you feel there is no real, easy equivalent of standing back up, though often this feeling itself is a lie. So yeah, his kind of writing style is quite dark, there are dark undertones, but the way he writes just very fluid and kind of captivating and interesting. Yeah, and I recommend this book to anybody who has had issues with depression and anxiety, or even to people who haven't, because I just think it's a beautiful book. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to say about this one. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. If you want to check it out, please do. It's not out until the 5th of March in hardback, but like I said, Canongate sent me this for review, so thank you extremely very much, because I absolutely adore Matt Haig, and this was just, when I opened this, I kind of squealed because it was fantastic. Okay, and the second book is Humans in A to Z by Matt Haig. Matt Haig also wrote a book called The Humans, and if you watch my channel, you'll know that I absolutely love that book. That's the book that made me fall in love with this author. And this is kind of, I think, this is kind of a tie-in to The Humans. It's basically a dictionary for aliens coming down to Earth kind of thing. Because it says on the back, do you A, know a human, B, love a human, C, have trouble dealing with humans? If you've answered yes to any of the above, this book is for you. And it's just got, like, I'll go to this section here, H, and you could just go through and pick out any kind of words and it will give you, like, descriptions. So, for instance, on this page, we have H, hair, how humans judge each other's social worth. Hamlet, a play telling the story of a suicidal young prince whose hobbies include giving speeches, putting on theatre productions, incest, dithering, and doing inappropriate things in graveyards. The ultimate human. See Shakespeare, suicide. Yeah, and so yeah, this book is very, like, witty and very interesting. Like, it kind of deals with the kind of things that you wouldn't expect somebody to ask about. Like tea, it says hot drink made of dried leaves, used often with milk in times of crisis as a means of restoring normality. So yeah, it's just kind of like a dictionary for, like, maybe if an alien was coming to Earth and you give this to them, and it's kind of like a guidebook to humans. And I mean, it's only 150 pages, but it's absolutely brilliant. I loved it, and I think as a tie-in to The Humans, it's perfect. Like, if you've read The Humans, you'll understand why this book has been published. And I also gave this one, actually I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars because I think that it works better, like I said, as a tie-in with The Humans if you've read that. So yes, you can buy this now, it's out now, and it's £5, and this is also very good. So yeah, there you have it. Those are my reviews of Reasons to Stay Alive and Humans in A to Z by Matt Haig. If you have any questions about either of these books, please let me know in the comments below. And thank you very much to Canongate for sending me these for review, and I will see you again soon. If you like this video, please like. If you wish, you may subscribe. And yes, that's it from me today.